I forgot where we left off. Dang it. Oh, no, I remember. Okay. There's John still sobbing into my chest. Rub circles into his back. Shh, kitten. Okay, shh. It's okay. It's alright, kitten. I'll take care of this, I told him. Now listen, you sick son of a bee. You do not own Sean. He is a gorgeous, precious little flower, and I will not let you hurt him, I said loudly to Alex. I hear heavy breathing on the other end. Before he could yell again, I hung up and blocked the random number. Sean was still sobbing into my chest. I carried him bridal style into my bedroom. I laid him under the covers and then slid next to him. He immediately called into my kiss. Into my chest. I kissed his forehead as I heard gentle snores. Well, isn't this just adorable? Bromance or no-mance? After all. I woke up to adorable Irish body cuddling to my chest. I smiled and slowly get out of bed, trying not to wake him up. When I was fully out of bed, I heard the kitchen. I headed to the kitchen to make some breakfast. I feel sick. I really do. I'm not. No, it's not this. I'm actually real sick. I made him bacon and eggs. All of a sudden, I felt two small arms wrap around me. I looked behind my shoulder, and I saw a very tiny Jack hugging my waist. I giggled. Good morning, kitten, I said to him. Good morning, he said tiredly. I chuckled and put the food I made him on a plate. I lifted him up and placed him on one of the chairs on the dining table. I then placed the plate in front of him. He smiled at me and began to eat. I was doing some dishes when I heard my phone buzz. It was one of those strippers at the club. His name's Jasper. So, we're gonna meet famous Jack you always talk about today? If he wants to. Can't wait to meet Kitten. Shut up. I put the phone back down to the side to ask Jack if he would like to meet the workers. Sorry. I walked into the dining room and saw Jack sleeping with his head on the table. His plate empty, so I was happy that he had a full stomach. I picked him up bridal style and carried him to the couch. I grabbed his soft blanket and put it over him. I kissed his cheek and he smiled in his sleep. I snapped a pic and secretly made it my wallpaper. My phone went off again. It was another text from Jasper. How do I look today? Oh, okay. How do they make pictures like this? Oh, this is so cool. You look fine. Divin joined the chat. Was my other stripper? Divin, was my other stripper? How do I look? Oh my god. You look fine too, Devin. And Midnight is my last stripper. And me? Oh, this looks like a Phil. This looks like, I think Phil. Like Dan, I think it was Dan, or I don't know. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. That looks cool. It looks like either one of those two if they had like pierces. Jesus Christ, you all look fine. These guys can be pain in the butt, but they're like family, and they give me a laugh sometimes. It's funny because Midnight and Deviant are dating, and every time one of them is stripping and dancing on the stage, the others get jealous. It gives me a good laugh from time to time. And they want to meet Jack really bad because I talk about him a lot. And I mean a lot. I was in deep thought until I heard an adorable yawn come from the couch. I walked over and saw Jack was awake. I brushed his hair out of his eyes. Good morning again, I said, smiling. Jack giggled. Good morning again, Mark. I remember that I wanted to ask him if he wanted to meet the guys. Hey, Jack, workers at my club really want to meet you, I told him. He smiled. That would be nice, he said. I guess it's settled. Hey guys, Jack's coming to meet you. Awesome. Sweet. Can't wait. Alright, let's go, kitten. I turned to Jack. Alright, let's go, kitten. Time skip. Me and Jack pulled up into the club parking lot. We got out of our car and walked in. Me and Mark walked into the club. It was empty except for 3 guys in erotic outfits. 2 of them were making out and groping each other. and the other one was just dancing on the pole. The pole saw me and his face lit up. "Oh my God, look, it's Jack!" he exclaimed. The two stopped kissing and smiled widely, and they came over and hugged me. I blushed wildly because they're practically naked. They backed away and smirked at Mark. "It's about time we met." One of them said. Mark sighed. "Jack, this is Jasper, Dimon, and Midnight," he told me. I shyly waved to them, and they happily waved back. "I'm gonna go get ready," I told Mark. And without meaning to kiss, I kissed him on the cheek. I walked into the changing room. I smiled wildly because Jack kissed me on the cheek. "Earth to Mark," I heard all of a sudden, snapped out of what I thought of my thoughts to see Jasper staring at me. "What?" I asked. "I asked when you were going to ask out Jack on a date." He smirked and my feet, soon. All the guys went back to the stage and practiced their moves. I saw Jack out of the changing room wearing his skimpy work uniform. I don't even know what that means. I took a deep breath and walked over. Hey, Jack," I said. I turned and smiled. "Hi, Mark." "You can do this," I told myself in my head. "Jack, I was wondering if you wanted to go on a date with me." I finally managed to say it. Jack's face lit up and smiled at me. He smiled wildly. All of a sudden, he jumped into my arms, wrapping his arms around my neck. "Yes," he exclaimed. I smiled wildly and swung him around, making him giggle. I saw all the digits smiling at us. I smiled back, kissed Jack on the cheek, still hugging him. Okay! God, my stomach is killing me. I should probably plug in my tablet. One sec, guys. Okay, we're back. My head's really itchy. I giggled as Mark swung me around more and more. I was so happy. He asked me on a date. He put me down on my feet and I kissed his cheek. "We gotta open, Mark." I heard Mark sigh. I rubbed his back. "Don't worry, Mark. This day will go by fast," I told him. He smirked and put his lip to his mirror. "I just want to go on our date," he whispered, and I blushed, smiled. The dancers got on the stage. I got behind the bar, and Mark went into his office. Handsome men began to enter the club, but none of them were better looking than Mark. Men began to pile up the bar, asking for drinks. I was getting pretty good at this job. Honestly, it was pretty fun. I was cleaning a drink when I saw Jasper walk over. "Hi, Jasper," I said. He was very sweaty. "Hey, Jack, can I get a Bloody Mary?" he asked me. I made the drink and gave it to him. He gulped it down. "Thanks." He smiled and he wiped his forehead and walked back to the stage. I felt my phone vibrate and "Is everything all right out there, kitten?" "Yeah, I'm fine, Mark. Don't worry." "All right. Remember, if anything happens, you have a switch." "I know, Mark." I was sitting in the office texting Jack, making sure he was safe. I was getting so worried. I even asked Jasper, Divine, and Midnight to keep an eye on him. Am I paranoid? Nah, he's gonna be fine. I won't let anything happen to him. I got up from my desk and walked over to the little mini bar in my office. I poured a shot of whiskey and gulped it down. I screwed the bottle back and sat back in my chair. I turned on my laptop, and began to play World of Warcraft. When I was thinking about it, I really am a secret nerd. I was playing as my elf character, and in all honesty, I made Elf look like Jack. He had a very pretty and curvy figure. He had pale skin and ocean blue eyes. He also had Jack's lime green hair. He also looked like just like Jack, except for the pointy ears and clothes made out of leaves. I was playing for what seemed like hours. I was getting frustrated about a boss I couldn't beat. I logged off and decided to check all the guys. The guys were entertaining the customers, and Jack was serving drinks. Dang, he looks hot in that outfit. I was watching him serving the drinks and staring at his body for a while. Then I came back to reality. I decided to go talk to him. I walked over to the bar, and Jack noticed me and smiled. "Hi, Marky Moo," he said happily. "Hi, kid," I replied. "You want a drink?" he asked me. I nodded and poured some whiskey. "Your favorite," he said, smiling. I winked at him, and drank the whiskey. "Ah, what a cute couple," a voice said. We looked over and saw a guy with hot pink hair smiling at us. "Thanks," I said. It was it was finally time to close, and I couldn't wait. I saw Jack and the other guys come out in changing rooms in their normal clothes. All the guys waved at us. "Have fun," Midnight said, smiling. I blushed, and they all left. I looked over at Jack, who was smiling. I walked over and hugged him, giving a sigh. "Finally," I whispered loud enough for him to hear. He giggled and hugged me back. "So where are we going on a date?" he asked me. "It's a surprise, but first we gotta go home and get ready." "I smell," I said the last part, a very funny joke, making Jack laugh. Me and Mark pulled into the apartment driveway. Mark and me walked into the house. I sat down on the couch. Mark kissed my cheek and walked into the bathroom. I blushed and smiled. I heard the shower start and turned on the TV while I was waiting for him. I found myself thinking about Mark in the shower. I let out a small moan as a boner rubbed against my fabric pants. I thought about Mark's wet chest. His perfect. I don't even realize at first, but I started to stroke myself. I started to rub. Okay, no, not this again. Okay, me and Mark. Okay, this is okay. That's better. Me and Mark pulled into a really expensive looking restaurant. The sign said it was a 5-star. My door opened and I saw Mark holding it, opening, smiling at me. I got out of the car and walked in with him. Mark talked to the guy in the front. Waiter escorted us to our table. It had a white tablecloth and candle in the middle. Mark pulled out a chair for me. I smiled and sat down. He winked at me, and we sat in his own chair. The waiter came to our took our orders. I got the steak and Mark got the chicken. We were eating, drinking wine, and just talking. We finished our meals and left the restaurant. Me and him got back to the car. That dinner was great, I said, smiling. Mark nodded in agreement. "And the night's not over yet," Mark said, smiling. "We're off to our next destination." He pulled into a front park. Mark stepped out and helped me out. I smiled, and we started walking down the path, hand to hand. "This is so romantic," I said, resting my head on Mark's shoulder. He smiled and kissed my forehead. Then I saw the greatest view I've ever seen. It was the edge of the cliff. It was not nothing but the ocean for miles. The full moon was out, and I reflected the water. It was beautiful. I smiled at Mark and smiled back at me. He took my hands in his. He looked at me with his sparkling eyes. I slowly moved forward and connected our lips. My eyes fluttered closed as I kissed him back. He caressed my cheeks with his hands and held back with another. I wrapped my arms around his neck as we kissed. He pulled away and smiled at me, staring into my eyes. "Jack, over the while we've known each other, I've slowly fallen in love with you." I smiled as tears trickled down my eyes. "Will you be my boyfriend?" he asked me. I smiled wildly, and let tears go down. "Yes," I said, wrapping my arms around him. He hugged me back and he kissed my cheek. Dude, you two are dating. Dinner with an owl. Gentle. I held Jack close. I was smiling like an idiot. I was so happy. Jack is finally mine. I'll never let him go. I'll hold him forever. Jack pulled away and only mashed his lips against mine. I smiled and kissed him back. Me and Mark kissed and our hands roamed each other's bodies. We pulled away and Mark hugged me into his chest. "I love you," he whispered. I felt my heart flutter. "I love you too," I said. Mark looked into my eyes as we connected our lips again. The kiss slowly got more heated. I felt Mark grasp my... Okay. I gasped and blushed. Mark chuckled and kissed my neck. It felt so horrible when Alex touched me, but with Mark, it's not only it is alright, it's a... Well, if you guys like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'm going crazy. Bye.